My name? Herbert Nathaniel Wilson. Late 40s and early 50s. I was at Mackenzie, one of the Canadian employees at that time, and he came down and he met us by the sport club. We gathered there talking, and he said, come, come, come. You all are boys, and I'm forming a voluntary force here. I am a captain, and he took us to the barracks where they had some Ghanaians volunteer, and we joined there. And I was at that exercise. I went and wrote mass, they call it, what Wismar. We went up to Three Fence Mines. We went to Surapano, as training. But my duty, I used to be on the dock. When the ships come in, I would be on the dock there. And they have a 24 hours guard for the ship. The ship used to come and load bauxite. I had about 3 years with them. Then the war came to cease, and the volunteers from Georgetown or returned. We were given employment, and I remained at Mackenzie. I was working at the mines. I was adopted by one Millicent Clark, who at that time was the midwife at Cortland Village, that is Irish Quarantine. And my mother's name was Sophia Wilson. But she was suffering from some kind of nervous thing. And this lady who was a midwife took me. And I grew up with them, the Corlett family. I grew up between the Corletts. I went to school at Oakline. When we were transferred to Mara, I went there with my nene to Mara Plantation, East Bangor Beach. And then we were transferred from Mara to Christiansburg. That's where I came to Mackenzie. In my youthful days, as a boy, I was a scout. Then volunteer force. I used to swim a lot. I was a distance swimmer, swim 2-3 miles. And a distant runner too. When the bauxite price got low, and we were retrenched in 51, 50. We were retrenched. But before my retrenchment, let me tell you what I did. I worked at the railroad. That is for the long rails to go into the mine area where they have blasted and where the shovel were working to load the vans them that went in there to bring bauxite to the mill. I worked there. Then I worked at the mills where the bauxite was being washed and loaded in ships. I never worked at the Carlstein area. the aluminum plant. I was there when the aluminum plant started, but I never walked there until I came home. And when I came home, I was on the quarantine, and I always wanted to do something. And I told my nana and said that she was at Eversham. She got transferred from Christianburg to Eversham. And I told her, I said, I don't like this place here, I've worked. And I went to Skeldon. Mr. Reed, I could never forget his name. Mr. Reed was my nana's cousin, and she took me to Skeldon. There I went into the trade shop, blacksmith shop, and later on I was transferred from there. I went to the sugar curing area. That area is where the molasses after it's been, the juice has been turned into molasses, then it turned into grains and it come down to this place where it's been spun at a terrific rate. And then the sugar come out of there. I was there and for quite a while. And as you're young, I left Skeldon and I came to Georgetown. I was there with my stepsister, Vera Redmond. We were living at we lived many places, but I can't remember. We lived by the opposite the GDF there at a cottage. It is still there, a cap house. That was the post office street, I think. And we lived at a lodge, 13 and 14 Dorpent Lodge. There I learned joining from a man named Mr. Ben. He had a china shop, and I went there to him, spend my time, and I learned to polish and clean up furniture, especially during the Christmas season. I worked at Lemonade Factory, Fortune. I worked at Clement's Grocery at that time. I worked many places. Boyka Shop, Grocery, not forgetting Dr. Balwan's, Dr. Lachman Singh Drugstore in the Tabuk Market. After time, I always had a desire to own land. And one day I told my adopted sister, Vera, I said, I'm going back to the country. She said, what? You're going back to the country? I went back to Mackenzie, where I was employed. After the recession of the bauxite, things became normal and they took on. The man's name was Mr. Odquat. He was a personal officer. And he was a retired lieutenant from the Canadian Army. And he took me on. And I worked there and so on. Then I came home and got married. I got married to a very pleasant country girl. Her name was Amy. Or she is deceased now. Her name was Amy Captain Humble. And from her, one daughter Beverly, followed by a son Marvin, followed by a daughter Christine, who is now married and is in the island teaching. followed by Lyndon, who is in the States now. He's there a long time. Followed by Simone, who is married to Matthews, and he's working at the Gold Board. She is living at Hope. You know where they catch fish and so on. I have a scheme there. She's there. And I had another daughter by the name of Divina. She's in Barbados. And I have Diane, who is looking after me. She's over the coast. She does upholstery. And Neva. That is the home circle. Well, the little outside circle is a girl and a boy. Camille and Mark. I was pretty young man, much about 17. I was big skin, you know. I had big build. Was about 17 plus. I joined the army. But it was a volunteer force at that time, you know. Wasn't GDF. GDF came when Burnham came. It was nice. I was with, most of my time I was with the gunners and when I do things with the cooks. And it was nice. Discipline. We had discipline. But we never stayed in barracks. At 6 o'clock, we were dismissed and went to our homes and returned back at 6. The other volunteers who came from town, they were in the barracks. But one Mr. Morgan visited us. He was a man who had decorations up here, if he's captain or what. He visited us and he learned to shoot. He learned to do bayonet charge and so on. And we went on road march to Chumachamari, which is 11 miles from Lyndon to the railway. Now I heard it's a little scheme there. And the man who was running it at that time, his name was Mr. Hamilton. He had an engine and they used to take up goods to the gold miners. And my experience in the military was not bad. Military is very disciplined. The rules, and if you go by the rules, you'll never find yourself in problem. And it's an organization where you take orders. Wilson, yes sir, come, go with this man, so. You're not asking me why. So why, sir? The two men come and you're gone. You all are going so and so. And that is it. We did not have anything to do with war, only war exercise, and we heard about Hitler and Germany and these kind of things. So my stay there wasn't bad, and it helped me to be a better man. The discipline, the rules of discipline helped me. I spent some time in the Guyana Police Force Special Constabulary too, to add to it. where I was corporal, and then I rose to the rank of a sergeant, and then I retired from that special constabulary. The volunteer force has spent about 4 years, 3 to 4 years. I have no regret. I have no lingering concern about I should have been this and I should have been that. I believe in the principles of what has been written in the Bible, that each of us have our own blessing. And I have tried my best to walk that way. I grew up, my family, we have morning devotions and so on. I was a preacher, a lay preacher in a church, Presbyterian church on the quarantine, and I preached at Les Behold in Elim Church. I preached there. I'm known there as Brother Wilson. Most of the people call me Brother Wilson. My advice that you adhere to the discipline, the instructions and the rules. You adhere to it. That you be honest. That is one of the things. You be honest because you may be dispatched to a location such like going into the interior where gold is and diamond is being mined. And if you are a person whose mindset is to get rich, then you will get yourself in trouble. You will be caught. You will go stealing. But you go and do your work, and what is for you, you would have. What is for you, you would have. And my advice to those that are in the present military to GDF is to be loyal. Put away all imaginary thoughts and adhere to the rules and regulation and work steadfastly. Promotion will come. Education is one of the main sources of elevation. Read a lot. I was a ballroom dancer, and I could have sung. I lost my voice now. I could have sung when I danced with anybody, and I sing. That is on the amusement part of my composition. I dance. I love to dance. Waltz and one step and two step, rumble and tango, jitterbug a little.